I don't think people realize what the Miami Dolphins are doing. What this team just pulled off is something that goes beyond any understanding. I was planning on waiting until the end of the offseason to make this video, but the Dolphins are making bold changes and massive moves, and at the time that I'm recording this team looks absolutely terrifying. But yeah, we gotta talk about this now. Now to get back on topic, the Miami Dolphins are having a pretty interesting offseason so far. They've signed Odell Beckham Jr. to a one-year deal worth up to $8.25 million. They've also signed second-round pick, tackled Patrick Paul, safety Marcus May, a first-round pick, linebacker Chop Robinson, and defensive tackle Calais Campbell. There are certain NFL teams that elevate the entire league when they're at their best. Think of teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, and New England Patriots. When these teams are competing for a championship, the NFL just feels more electric. You can also add the New York Giants, Green Bay Packers, and Chicago Bears to that list as three of the NFL's original franchises. But let's not forget another team that makes the NFL much better when they're good and healthy, our Miami Dolphins. Here's a question that you might know the answer to. Which is the only franchise in the history of the NFL to have a team go undefeated? That's right, the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Here's another trivia question for you. Who is the all-time winningest head coach in NFL history? The answer, Don Shula, with 347 career wins, 274 of which came during his 26 seasons with the Miami Dolphins. And here's one more for you. Which city has hosted the most Super Bowls? The answer, Miami, with an impressive 11 Super Bowls to its name. All these facts highlight my point. The NFL is better when the Miami Dolphins are good. In just 2 seasons under head coach Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins' offense has soared to the top of the NFL rankings. Miami finished second in scoring in 2023 while leading the league in yards per game. Tyreek Hill topped the NFL in receiving yards in 2023 with 1,699 yards on 119 receptions. Hill has recorded 119 receptions and over 1,700 receiving yards in each of his first 2 seasons with the Dolphins. His presence has also allowed Jalen Waddle to shine, achieving 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons to start his career. On the ground, Miami ranked 6th in rushing yards per game in 2023, with Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane combining for 1,812 yards and 26 touchdowns. While the Dolphins are incredibly entertaining, especially on offense, they have the most to prove in the NFL in 2024. Despite starting 8-3 and 9-3 in 2022 and 2023, respectively, they faltered, going 1-5 to finish 2022 and 2-3 to finish 2023. Their offense tends to decline once December arrives. They excel in September, October, and November, particularly against weaker teams. However, when December comes and the elite teams start to separate themselves, the Dolphins have struggled to keep up, highlighting their difficulty in beating superior opponents. The Dolphins appeared primed to clinch the AFC East in 2023. Holding a 9-3 record entering Week 14, they faced the Tennessee Titans at home on Monday Night Football, a game they were expected to win. Miami held a commanding 27-13 lead with less than 3 minutes remaining, only to surrender 15 points and lose 28-27. When you look at Miami's roster, it's clear they have the makings of an AFC contender. Despite winning 2 more games in 2023 than in 2022, this team has yet to reach its full potential. They need to demonstrate they can defeat teams superior to them, like the Buffalo Bills, and handle physically demanding opponents such as the Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs, and Tennessee Titans. Adding to the challenge this season is the formidable presence of Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. It's been 24 years since the Dolphins won a playoff game, and they've only reached the playoffs 5 times in that span. Under Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa, stability and a winning culture have returned to this storied franchise known for elevating the NFL and shaping its history. However, despite their recent success, there's still more to prove for McDaniel, Tagovailoa, and the Dolphins. With all the talent on their roster heading into the 2024 season, it's the Dolphins that are the NFL team with the most to prove. Nearly 5 months ago, the Miami Dolphins faced a wild-card matchup without 3 of their top 5 pass rushers. Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, and Andrew Van Ginkel each suffered season-ending injuries, severely testing the team's depth and ability to pressure opposing quarterbacks. Despite Van Ginkel's departure in free agency, the Dolphins have taken steps this offseason to not only rebuild their depth, but also create a rotation that combines veteran savvy with the emerging star potential of Phillips and Chubb. In March, the Dolphins bolstered their roster by signing veteran Shaquille Barrett, and then selecting Chop Robinson and Mohamed Kamara in the 1st and 5th rounds of the NFL Draft, respectively. Adding to their defensive arsenal, Miami also secured the services of 6-time Pro Bowler Calais Campbell just last week. With uncertainty surrounding the availability of Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb for Week 1 as the team heads into training camp, the 16-year veteran Campbell has an immediate opportunity to make an impact for a squad eyeing a Super Bowl run. "I saw a great opportunity here, which was a big reason I signed," Campbell expressed. "This team is incredibly talented across both offense and defense. Looking at the roster, I see so many players that I believe we can mesh with and build the necessary team chemistry. We have the potential to become a formidable force." The coaching staff, particularly defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver, whom I know well and deeply respect, played a significant role in my decision. "I've witnessed his work ethic and character firsthand, and I have confidence that this defense can be really strong." Campbell anticipates a versatile role under defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver, aiming to contribute across multiple positions. However, he feels most at home playing as a 5-technique defensive end, where he can line up against offensive tackles on either side of the field. His familiarity with Weaver from their time together with the Baltimore Ravens in 2021 and 2022 should facilitate a smooth transition to Miami. Weaver now has several options to shape his front 7, including rookies Chop Robinson and Mohamed Kamara, who will rotate with Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, and Shaquille Barrett at outside linebacker. Meanwhile, Campbell's ability to play both on the edge and slide inside adds flexibility. Alongside him, Zach Sealer will anchor a defensive line that saw the departure of DT Christian Wilkins to the Las Vegas Raiders this offseason. Weaver's primary focus isn't on finding starters. Rather, he's more concerned with identifying players who can close out games effectively. While Miami's top-ranked offense in yards per game remains unchanged heading into 2024, the defense faces the task of integrating at least 4 new starters. To halt the Buffalo Bills' streak of 4 consecutive AFC East titles and secure their first playoff victory since the turn of the century, the Dolphins will need their defense to quickly gel under the guidance of Anthony Weaver. The addition of Campbell to the lineup is expected to accelerate this process significantly.